embarrassed? No, I don't have anything to be embarrassed for, unlike your coward of a husband.
WWE's Clash in Paris delivered shocking moments, but nothing compared to the fiery confrontation between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. In an explosive turn of events, AJ stormed the ring to exact revenge on Lynch after Becky's savage assault on AJ's husband, CM Punk. What unfolded was not just a physical beatdown, it was an emotional, personal war that blurred the line between scripted drama and raw reality. The Paris crowd, already electric from the night's stacked card, erupted as AJ unleashed fury in a way that reminded everyone why she was once the most dominant woman in WWE's Divas division. The build-up, Punk versus Becky's wrath. For weeks leading up to Clash in Paris, tensions between CM Punk and Becky Lynch had been simmering. Punk's scathing promos about part-timers stealing the spotlight struck a nerve, and Becky, never one to back down, clapped back by labeling Punk a hypocrite who preaches loyalty but abandoned WWE when it suited him. Things boiled over during Punk's heartfelt in-ring address in Paris. Just as he began thanking the crowd for welcoming him back to Europe, Becky blindsided him with a vicious kendo stick shot. Fans booed loudly as Becky targeted Punk's surgically repaired back, striking with merciless precision. Security eventually intervened, but the damage was done. Punk lay battered, humiliated, and vulnerable in front of a stunned Paris audience. Backstage, AJ Lee was reportedly inconsolable. Though retired from in-ring competition for years, she had accompanied Punk on this international tour as moral support. The attack ignited something deep within her, something primal. A shocking return. The crowd had no idea what was coming when Becky later strutted out for her scheduled match, smirking as she bragged about taking out the so-called best in the world. But as she taunted the Paris crowd, the arena lights dimmed, and an all-too-familiar theme blasted through the speakers. "Let's light it up!" The reaction was thunderous. Fans leapt to their feet, their cheers echoing like a tidal wave. AJ Lee, former Divas champion, trailblazer, and fan favorite, was back. Becky's confident smirk quickly faded into unease as AJ marched down the ramp, eyes locked on her target. The look in AJ's eyes wasn't that of a nostalgic return. It was of a wife on a mission. The beatdown AJ wasted no time. Sliding under the ropes, she launched herself at Becky with a flurry of punches, channeling years of pent-up frustration. Becky, caught off guard, tried to retaliate, but AJ's speed and intensity overwhelmed her. The Paris crowd roared as AJ sent Becky sprawling with a spinning heel kick that echoed like a gunshot across the arena. AJ then mounted Becky, raining down elbows and forearms with a ferocity rarely seen in the women's division. Officials rushed to separate them, but AJ shoved them aside, screaming, "You don't touch my husband and get away with it!" Becky, stumbling to her feet, attempted to retreat, but AJ cut her off with a running knee strike that flattened the man to the canvas. For the finishing touch, AJ locked in her signature Black Widow submission hold, contorting Becky's body in a web of agony. Becky's screams filled the arena as AJ yanked back with fury, the crowd chanting, "AJ!" a J exclamation mark, AJ at deafening volume. Finally, referees pried AJ off Becky, but the damage was clear. Becky Lynch was left writhing in pain, clutching her ribs, while AJ stood tall, defiant, and unrepentant. The emotional undertones. This was more than just a wrestling angle. It was personal. AJ has long been known for her passionate loyalty to Punk, both inside and outside the squared circle. For years, she stood by him during his most turbulent moments with WWE, and fans remembered her fiery promos and fearless spirit. By attacking Punk, Becky hadn't just targeted a fellow superstar, she had struck at AJ's family. The Paris crowd felt every ounce of AJ's emotion, and their reaction underscored just how beloved she remains. Many fans online immediately noted that AJ's return didn't feel like a one-off cameo. It felt like a genuine comeback fueled by unfinished business. Backstage fallout. Backstage reports painted a chaotic scene. Becky was furious after the incident, yelling that AJ had no business putting her hands on a current full-time superstar. AJ, however, remained unapologetic, telling producers, "If Becky wants a fight, she knows where to find me." CM Punk, still sore from the earlier assault, was seen embracing AJ and whispering words of gratitude. Sources claim Punk told officials, "AJ just did what I couldn't. She shut Becky up." Meanwhile, WWE executives scrambled to adjust storylines, recognizing the massive buzz AJ's involvement had generated. Social media exploded, with hashtags like AJ Returns, Clash in Paris, and Becky vs. AJ trending worldwide. Fan reactions, nostalgia meets shock fans online, were overwhelmed. Many grew up watching AJ dominate the Divas division in the early 2000s, where her mix of athleticism, charisma, and edge helped redefine what female performers could be. To see her return, especially in such a fiery, emotional context, struck a powerful chord. One fan tweeted, "AJ Lee didn't just return, she declared war. This isn't nostalgia, this is revenge." Others speculated that AJ's appearance was more than a cameo. With the recent resurgence of women's wrestling on WWE's biggest stages, fans are clamoring for AJ to step back into full-time competition. The future, AJ versus Becky? The implications of this beatdown are massive. Becky Lynch, one of WWE's biggest stars, now has a direct and personal feud with AJ Lee, something fans never thought they'd see. A clash between the man and the crazy chick would not only draw huge ratings, but also bridge eras of women's wrestling, pitting two trailblazers from different generations against each other. If WWE capitalizes on this momentum, a future showdown between AJ and Becky could headline a pay-per-view, perhaps even WrestleMania. The story writes itself. Becky as the ruthless aggressor who disrespected Punk, and AJ as the vengeful wife fighting for pride, family, and respect. Conclusion: Clash in Paris will be remembered not just for its matches, but for the moment that shocked the WWE Universe. AJ Lee's thunderous return and her brutal beatdown of Becky Lynch, what began as an unprovoked assault on CM Punk, escalated into a deeply personal war that now has the wrestling world buzzing. AJ Lee reminded everyone why she was once the heartbeat of WWE's women's division. Becky Lynch, meanwhile, has found herself in a fight unlike any she's ever faced. One fueled not by championships, but by vengeance and loyalty. One thing is certain: this is far from over.